Hey everyone, I'm Jang, and I'm here to eat crow in front of the entire internet. Because when pictures of this set here first came out, the Monkie Kid Iron Bull tank, I opined aloud that it was going to be a pretty forgettable thing. Pretty meh at best, bad at worst. And I need to walk that back pretty thoroughly because I've got it here in front of me now. I've spent some time checking it out, and it's actually pretty decent. So let me show you. The set comes with 3 minifigures and 1 big fig, and then you just get a single vehicle for bad guys, as well as a couple of barrels. So here's the tank in full battle dress, ready to go to war with a full crew complement of 2. It has the bull kind of styling with the horns here and also a nose ring. Lots of stickers are used on this thing. 2 big plastic wheels used up front, 4 smaller plastic wheels used towards the rear. Got kind of an observation tower slash maybe point defense turret kind of thing going up above. I put the barrels inside of it. I'll show you how those work. They actually get used as weapons. And then around the back, you have just a couple of clips to hold on to minifig accessories. So the crew members, if they get to someplace where this can't continue on, well, they can still battle regardless. So, we're off to kind of a straightforward start, and it's a funky looking thing. I thought that it had a little bit of took a little bit of inspiration from like a classic G.I. Joe his tank with that extreme forward rake to it, but it's a little bit more of its own thing. The main driver's position is here, and it appears that he has skid steer operation for the vehicle because he has 2 levers he's using to control the thing. Has just a sticker for a console. And then back here, well, this dude operates the turret. And fortunately, it is a turret. It is able to rotate around. It is on a ratcheted joint, though, so you kind of need to hold it down below. Otherwise, the whole thing will turn with it since it does have plastic wheels. But, you rotate this around. You can also change elevation, especially when it's facing forward or back. As soon as you start to turn it farther, then you're creating some weird angles. It becomes a little bit awkward, but you are still able to use it. And the actuator for the 6-stud shooter is back here. Ultimately, if you have 1 hand on the vehicle and 1 hand up here, or if you have 3 hands so that you can have 1 hand on the camera, not going to do that right now, well, you can drive the thing around and you can be aiming and you can be shooting. The barrels are full of maybe radioactive material is what they're going for there. That's kind of messed up. Full of something that you don't want to deal with, you don't want coming your way. They get loaded from the top here, and then they come out the front. The way that works is you open the mouth and the barrels get spit out. And there they go. So they're rolling down this ramp. That's it. It's just a ramp. It's so simple. No launcher mechanism, nothing geared, no rubber band or anything, just gravity. That's all, just gravity. And it works. And look, when you do that, you kind of change the shape of the whole thing. Like now it has its mouth open. Now the driver's position is up high and the little turreter, the little gunner, is down low. He can actually shoot through the center now, which is, it requires a little bit of skill to get it lined up. You can't see straight through there unless you get really, really low and really careful with it. But you can do that, and it can still do point defense around the thing. I wasn't sure looking at the pictures just how this would all work. I didn't realize they would all work together like that. It's pretty seamless. And it feels fun. What else feels fun is just doing this. Thinking of the kid in me, this is just like, it just goes around and just chomps. That has a certain intimidation factor to it. You can make the sound. I don't know. There's just something about that's cool. I also would probably look into taking this front section off. It's like a underbite lower jaw. You can take that off, customize it a little bit, make it a little bit shorter to make it look more like it's really chomping directly in front of it rather than having this almost like a bumper, or a guard. So yeah, that actually works out just fine. Worst thing about this, honestly, is just how many stickers it uses. Also, I could say that the fact that the wheels are plastic is a little bit annoying, that all of them are plastic. It doesn't have a cheater tire in there or anything. So if you do have this on a perfectly hard surface, whether it's like laminate or hardwood or linoleum or tile or whatever, you know, it is going to make that sound and it is going to slip around a bit. The barrels, by the way, are a very simple build. So just basically a couple of wheels and a disc over one end with a sticker. Another nice thing about the ramp for deploying the barrels is that it's just a flat surface, so you can put other stuff in there. This will hold at least 3 troops, if not more. You can probably get more if they're standing up as well. But, you know, it's kind of hidden in there. You can load some of them from back here, but it's best to load them when it's open. And, you know, it's just room. It's space to do stuff. You can put other cargo in there. You can very extremely easily customize that up with another weapon inside. You know, it's simple. It's effective the way that it's built, but you can easily use it in other ways too. And I like that. The bad guys in this set are just the most basic Iron Bull clones. So identical, the figures are, but they do have names. They are Grunt and Roar. I don't know which is which. It doesn't matter, because they're clones. I know, they have personalities that are going to be independent a little bit different. You'll be able to recognize them to some degree. But underneath, there isn't even a face. So again, it doesn't really matter. Here's this set's version of the Monkie Kid. I don't know how quite to describe that facial expression. Is it like cocky and dismissive? I'm not sure. Why does he have rosy cheeks though? Without the rosy cheeks, I would say cocky and dismissive, but I'm not sure. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. The print on the torso of this one is just a little bit fuzzier than most have been that I've seen up to this point, I think. Especially the writing shows it up quite a bit. The overall print opacity looks pretty decent, and the legs, once again, are very good with good printing, dual molded there. Pretty good print on the back of the torso, and he does have an alternate face, so this is for when he's fighting. This set is the cheapest of 2 to come with the Sandy Big Fig here, at least so far. And I was wrong about some things here as well. I thought that the head was going to be just a regular minifig head that you attach to a Big Fig body, and that maybe the Mohawk piece was a separate piece. I also kind of thought that maybe his necklace would be separate, but some other people viewers pointed out that that wouldn't be separate. Well, it's all one. So his entire body, everything that you see for his body there, comes all together as just one thing. His shoelaces, or the decoration down at his shoes, that's dual molded in, so that's not even printed. He's got print for his face, which is not able to turn because of that. And he's got print on the side of his trousers, his athletic pants here. And then he's got just the regular Big Fig articulation with the arms that go up and down. You can also rotate the wrists, and these are able to hold on to something that is bar-sized or the size of a brick. You know, a 1 by something brick. So you can hold on to like the legs of a minifig, for example. I like his built-up weapon. That's nice. Nice to see more use of the old arrow blade piece. I always thought that was going to be a really useful thing. I'm glad that Lego is officially still using it. And yeah, it's just a cool looking thing. And I mean, we have to wait to see. As of the time of the recording of this video, the show has not begun yet, the actual TV show for this, the animated series. So we'll have to wait to see just how much demand there will be for figures based on this character. If the character is dynamic and awesome, then a lot of people are going to want to get this set just for him, because again, it is the cheapest way to get him at this point. Here are the spare and leftover parts for the set, including a full volley worth of extra studs for the 6-stud shooter on the tank, and a few cool little things in there. Finally, the spent sticker sheet, so you can see exactly what the sticker load was like for this set. The last thing to talk about, and always one of the most important, is price. This is $50 US. It's another thing that I was not looking forward to whatsoever for what I was seeing of this in its pictures. It comes with 430 pieces. So the price to part ratio, actually, honestly, I think is fine for what you get here, because this does have some large pieces and it does come with a big figure. And those always have a lot more value and a lot more cost than, just regular parts or regular minifigures. I can now, with this in front of me, I can now see how Lego was able to price this at $50. I would like to see it cheaper, but honestly, truly being honest about it with myself, just between me and me, I don't think that I could put a $40 price tag on this new without discounts on store shelves. Looking at it, not with that part count, not with the size of it, not with 3 regular minifigures and a big fig, not with some of these large parts that it includes. I don't think I could take it down to $40. So if you can find it for $40, great. And if you like the thing, then I think you're actually getting a very respectable deal. So $45 for me would be what I would ask, and $50 does not seem completely out of the picture. Like, if you like what you see here, if you like what you saw in the video, and you want this big fig in particular, you're okay with the regular minifigs that it comes with and stuff, I wouldn't say don't buy this for $50. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'd like it to be a little bit less, but I don't think that it can reasonably be too much less without it being like on sale, if it ends up not selling that well, because it's still not one of the more attractive sets in the line, that's for sure. I just don't think that it has a good shelf presence. I don't know if this picture on the front of the box even does it very good justice with that really, really low angle. I actually think the picture on the back does it more justice because you see more of the thing. Even the other form of it as well. Yeah, I really feel like that picture, that angle is selling this thing. Look at it again. It's selling it too short because you're just not seeing the mass of it. When I look at it here in person, those minifigs are right up against it. Look at that. There, let's do this. Oh, I want to get the barrels out. Let's do this again. So here, I'm looking for a way to quickly attach a minifig to this for the sake of scale. Just created an opportunity right there. It's decent in its size, and it's not like it's narrow, and it's not like it's missing functionality. The functionality of it is good, and that's one of the most important things here. One of the most important things for Lego things in general, especially those that are not specifically targeting collectors. They need to be good toys. Sometimes they make stuff that, in my opinion, doesn't make for good toys. This is a good toy, fundamentally. It's fun to play with. It's well designed, and there are a lot of things that you can do with it beyond just its original intended purposes. If you don't like it in this form, use it in this form. And, use it as like a bad guy cargo loader or something where you just use it down by the docks and it just goes up and it loads things up and then chomp. And then it takes it somewhere else and then it unloads it, Use it as a troop carrier. Don't even bring the head down ever. Just use it as a troop carrier. That's a lot of space, especially if you do. That's one thing I didn't even talk about. If you do leave that open like that, then you can take advantage of the entire ramp, all that space, all those studs can have little feet attached to them all the way out to the bumper or the tongue of it, if you will, in the front. And what I was talking about with the possibility of modifying this, removing this, well, that's really easy. And then I would say look into adding some tooth-like things that come down from the top of this or bringing them up from underneath, and then it's just more of a proper mouth. See? It chomps like that. So fundamentally, this is a good toy. And that's the most important thing. The price feels a little bit high to me, but not too high. And ultimately, yeah, I was wrong. This is actually a pretty good set. Not one of the more interesting looking ones from the outside, but as a toy, it's well done. It gets the right things right. Too many stickers though. Let me know what you think about it though. Curious to hear what other folks have to say about it. If you want to see the build for this, I've got the pure build up on my pure build channel, real time. I've got the speed build as well. Yeah, that's a relatively short one, relatively small set. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to your comments, your thoughts. I'll talk to you again soon.